Drama in Baku, the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, just concluding. What a race we had today. Let's get right into it. Lap 1, Leclerc holds off the field to give Ferrari its first lead in a Grand Prix in some time. He makes up for last week, or 2 weeks ago in Monaco, has a really good start. Checo gets past Gasly, and that would definitely be a sign of things to come. And I also made note that George Russell did pit for hard tires, a strategy that ultimately wouldn't matter, but I thought it was notable early on. Lap 2, though, Lewis Hamilton manages to overtake the Ferrari. He takes the lead, and it looked like we might be in for another Mercedes type of day. That wasn't the case, even remotely, though. Lap 4, Esteban Ocon has to retire. Terrible luck for him. He has really had bad luck in Azerbaijan, and I know he went out on the first lap a few years back, so not a great day for him and Alpine at this point. Alpine does make up for it a little bit later, though. Lap 6, we got a great battle going for the top 3. Really good stuff for several laps, and we didn't really know how it was going to play out until we got to them all boxing a little bit later. Lap 7, Verstappen gets the second. He gets by Leclerc, and Yuki Tsunoda passes Fernando Alonso in a really exciting pass in that early stages of the race. By lap 8, Checo manages to get his Red Bull in the third, and Red Bull now has that 2 versus 1 battle that we've been looking for all year. This is what Red Bull wants to see. Both their drivers outnumbering the Mercedes. Bottas was nowhere to be found today. Just an awful day for him. And for Mercedes by the end of it as well. But Checo up there. Alonso boxes. Norris boxes. And over the next 3 laps, we get everyone starting to box. And things starting to play out. Leclerc, Tsunoda, Carlos Sainz boxes. I put Gasly box, but I was a lap early on this one. He actually boxes around lap 12, and that would matter. So now Sainz goes off track, and that mattered because for Ferrari, they had a rough day today. They didn't have the pace they had quite in qualifying, and Carlos definitely had probably his worst weekend in Ferrari. Makes up for it, has a decent okay finish there, but kind of not really where he wanted to be, and it was notable that he went off track on cool tires there. Lap 12, though, Hamilton comes in the box in the lead, and Gasly is coming into the pit lane as he's trying to leave, and he has to wait for him. And it costs him a little over 2 seconds. And that would matter because by lap 13, Verstappen gets a 1.9 second pit stop. And Checo boxes and has a little bit slower stop, but fast enough. And both Red Bulls get ahead of Lewis Hamilton there. And that would pretty much be the race for Lewis at that point. He would have a chance at it later, though. So we'll talk about it. Lap 31, after a fair amount of kind of just making some laps where not really much was going on, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Lance Stroll, who was on a longer stint, has a terrible tire blow and a really scary crash down the main straight. So that brings out a full safety car, and luckily Stroll was okay. Left rear tire, make note of that because that's going to play a big role in this Grand Prix in just a few more minutes. So lap 37, noting that Sebastian Vettel gets by Pierre Gasly. He's having a fantastic run, and Aston Martin really did everything right today. Stroll's strategy would have worked out for him too had he not had the failure. So really good stuff for them. Lap 47, though, this entire championship looked like it's getting flipped on its head here. Another left rear tire failure for a cruising Max Verstappen, who for many laps was out in front of this Grand Prix and had his teammate doing a fantastic job holding off Lewis Hamilton. And he has a massive crash at like 200 miles an hour down the main straight. Left rear tire again. Takes him out of this race. A race that we have to say Verstappen was going to win and take a massive lead in the championship. Doesn't get to happen, though. And it brings out a full safety car and eventually a red flag. So at the red flag, we got Checo, Hamilton, and Vettel, your 1, 2, 3. And we're just all shaking our heads of what just happened here and trying to fathom these tire failures, which are a little unprecedented and definitely altered the outcome of this race. We get note that it's going to be a standing start. Anything can happen on a standing start. And of course it did. So right off the start on lap 50, Hamilton gets alongside. We have a 3-way battle into the first corner there. And Hamilton, who is side by side, wheel to wheel with Perez, locks up and goes straight off into the runoff area, and that's the end of his race. He would finish behind Nikita Mazepin, dead last of cars that were still running. That leaves Checo to battle it out with Vettel to the checkered flag, and of course Pierre Gasly winds up finishing out in third. So we get Checo winning his first race for Red Bull, Vettel getting his first podium for Aston Martin, and Aston Martin's first podium as a team. And you get Pierre Gasly having a fantastic day once again for the AlphaTauri. Another notable thing, Fernando Alonso, where did he come from? He has a fantastic restart on this one, gets himself all the way up to 6th. And lap 51, I have to say, the battle between Leclerc, Gasly, and Norris was the battle of the year for me. And Leclerc and Gasly went back and forth for that final spot right up to the checkered flag. Fantastic race today. At times, feel like it was dragging on, maybe with some of the safety cars and the long red flag stint, but if you want drama in Formula One and just unexpected finishes, and you never know what's going to happen, this is the type of race that, this is what Netflix lives for, and the high drama of Formula One. The championship looks like it's going to be blown wide open. Then it looks like it's going to be blown wide open the other way for Mercedes and Hamilton with a chance to win the race with Verstappen out. And then Verstappen doesn't get any points. And then Hamilton doesn't get any points along with Verstappen. So just crazy stuff. It leaves the championship battle in a great place still. And, of course, a fantastic... I love when we get podiums like this. Gasly, Vettel, and Checo winning. You can't go wrong with that. Two of my favorite winners from last year on the podium together. Great stuff. See you in the next video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you like this video, please give me a like and a subscribe. See you in the next one. Not a great day for McLaren, by the way, although Lando did have a good recovery drive, and everyone else having mistakes helps out Daniel Ricciardo, of course. Once again, as always, thank you for watching. Catch you in the next video.